Hi everyone, it's Kathy with Paper Phenomenon. I'm here with the supply list for the mini envelope, for the mini album. The envelope mini album, guys, alright? This is the one I'm talking about. We're going to have a quick mini album series here on YouTube. So I want you to all to get your supplies ready. What you are going to need is 6. I'm making the large size envelope, okay? Then this is the Recollections envelopes by Micheal's. This is the large card, and the envelopes measure 7 1/4 by 5 1/4. Okay, you can use the smaller size ones. That's totally okay. It's going to be the same exact steps, except that your mini album will be smaller. So don't limit yourself to just these envelopes that I'm using right now. You can use the same exact process with whatever size envelope and card sets you have. Okay, but you will need, everything that's in common here will be the following: 6 envelopes with 6 matching cards. Okay, you are going to need paper collection. I am going to use the other half of my Glam Girl stack. Okay, so you're going to need a nice 12 by 12 size paper collection, and I'm going to show you how to cut your paper. That will all be right now. You are going to need a front and a back cover. If you choose to use chipboard for this one, you're going to need chipboard in the following size. Okay, if you're going to do the hinge binding system, I'm going to show you 2 binding systems, one with the hinge, and I'm sure I'm upside down, one with the hinge and one with rings. Okay, so for the hinge binding system, you're going to need 2 pieces of chipboard that measure 7 1/2 by 5 1/2. So 2 pieces, one for the front and one for the back. Okay, for the mini, for the first mini album I'm going to make, I'm going to use this as my cover. And it's this clipboard. I'm going to cover this up because it doesn't match the motif of my paper or the pattern or design of my paper. But this is super cute, guys. I picked this up at Micheal's, and the measurements on this is, let's see, 8 by 5 1/2. Okay, so 8 inches in length by 5 1/2 across. So this will be my front cover for this mini album I'm going to make now with the envelopes. And for the back cover, you're going to need a single piece of chipboard that measures 8 inches in length by 5 1/2. So if you can pick up this mini clipboard, again, I found this at Micheal's. It comes with a notepad and pen, but I have no use for the notepad and the pen. I think this would make an adorable cover for a mini album. Alright, so if you're going to use this, that's what you need. And then you're going to need 2 binding rings. And Ace just grabbed something out my trash. Not good. So 2 binding rings. We're going to bind this right here with rings and this clipboard as the cover. Now for your paper collection, I want you to do the following, my friends. You're going to select your covers. Okay, so you're going to leave those completely at the 12 by 12 side, and being that this is going to be my front cover, I'm just going to make a photo mat right here on the front and slap a title on there. All I'm going to need is an inside cover and a cover for my back chipboard. So I only picked 2 papers, so leave those 2 papers 12 by 12 sides. Okay, then for all of the other papers, you're going to prep them. What you're going to do is you're going to cut them down all to 6 by 12. Okay, so cut them all to 6 by 12. Pay attention to the direction. Remember, these envelopes will be in a portrait style orientation. So when you cut your papers, make sure that the designs are in a portrait style. Okay, and not that they're going in a landscape style. Alright, so up and down, guys. That's the way the orientation should go for the paper. So you're going to cut them all at 6 by 12 1/2 by 12. 6 by 12. Once you're done with that, you're going to cut them down to the following. And the reason why I want you to cut it like this is because you save paper like this, okay? So let's break out the paper trimmer. And here we go. So here's my trimmer. And once you've cut all your papers down to 6 by 12, you're going, I like to cut a couple sheets at a time. So I'm just going to grab 3 sheets, so more than a couple. You're going to insert it into your paper trimmer the long way, and you're going to bring that down to 7 inches. Okay, so cut at the 7-inch mark, and hopefully I am in frame here. and you're left with these two pieces. This side stays as is, all right, because this size fits perfectly for the cards. And let me show you. Here is one of the cards. So the paper works out beautifully. All right, so we'll just have to trim this a little bit on the side, but the length works perfectly, and I'll show you how to trim that down. So you see that length, how beautifully the 6 inches works for that? So you're leaving that there, and then the 7-inch one, you're gonna bring it down to 5 inches. Great. So you bring that down to 5 inches, and this is what you're left with. And this is the perfect size for your envelope. All right, so see that? So your mat for your envelope is 5 by 7. And then the other remaining side, you're going to bring it down, I think is to, let me get my ruler just to be 100% sure. Oh, here it is. And you're going to bring that down, I think it's 4 3/4, but I want to make sure. Yeah, 4 3/4. Okay, so you're going to leave the length, which is 6 inches, turn it onto its side, and bring it down to 4 3/4 inches. So this is all that you should have left from your paper once you prep. Okay, this is it. We use everything else. So let's do this one more time because I got a little jumbled there when I was trying to do this. So let me get a couple more sheets. You're initially cutting your 12 by 12 down to 12 by 6. You're sticking it in your paper trimmer and you're bringing it down to 7 inches. Put this to the side. Rotate this piece and bring it down to 5. Hold on, Ace. Bring it down to 5. That's that piece there. And this one here, you're bringing it down to 4 3/4 inches. So there's your paper prep, my friends. Do all this cutting and all the prepping. Remember leaving 2 sheets for your front and back covers. Okay? And once you get all that paper prepped, we are going to prep our envelopes. And all you need to do for prepping your envelopes is you're going to need 2 envelopes at a time. You are going to apply adhesive in the following, in the flaps of the envelopes right here. You're going to apply adhesive and you're going to join, connect. Whoa, my adhesive is not working. All right, here we go. Let's try this one more time. Just apply that adhesive. I'm using my ATG gun for this. You want to be generous. Okay. And then all you're doing is you're connecting these 2 flaps, okay? Just like so. So I like to put mine like this and line them up because you want them to be as even as possible. So let's see if I could get this nice and straight. So line them up and then stick them down. That's it. So you're making 3 sets of the following. So here we go. So here's our first set. There's our little flap in the center. Let's do the second one. Same exact deal. We will be connecting these 2 pieces. And let's get that adhesive on. There you go. So it's just easier to prep your paper and get it all done beforehand because it just goes so much faster, in my opinion. I just really like to get all my papers done. I know I'm going to be matting, so pick your front and your back covers and get that paper prepped and it'll go a lot smoother. And I find in some occasions that my work surface stays a lot tidier when I prep all of my paper and I throw all those scraps to the side. Not in every occasion, but on some occasions. And in this case, it's working for me. I need one more envelope. What do I do with that one? I lost my envelope. Here we go. 1, 2. Maybe it's over here. Here it is. Same deal again. We're going to connect these 2 envelopes and stick them together. Love this envelope and card set, the Recollections ones. Such a good quality, guys. So you will like it. And I will say that Micheal's has been sitting on these cards for a long time. So I think they're going to go through them pretty fast now. Because I know that you all have to have the cards now. Because you know how we do. Here we go. That's it. So there are your 3 prepped pages. 1, 2, whoopsie, and 3. Now for the following, you have to decide if you're going to do a ring binding over here this way, a ring binding or if you're going to do the hinge binding. The reason why I'm doing the ring binding once again is because I am going to use that clipboard, which is super cute, and again, I picked that up at Michael's, and I think that the ring binding will work best instead of the hinge binding system. I'm thinking that will work best. I'm not sure. But prep your bags, cut your paper, and meet me back here for the next video. This is Kathy with Paper Phenomenon, and I'll see you in a little bit. Bye-bye.